Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations. We're on episode 3 now. The last, filler episode of sorts before the main plot starts rolling back in. But yeah, I think this one is going to be weaker than episode 2 was. But I don't think the third game has a single bad case. I don't think it does. Now, there is going to be a character that sucks. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Recipe for turnabout. That's enough! This court sees no reason to further prolong the trial. This case is extremely clear. I see no room for misinterpretation of the facts. It wasn't me! I swear it wasn't me! The evidence and testimony we have seen and heard are conclusive. The victim was alone at his table when he drank from the poisoned cup of coffee. No, you're wrong! I know what I saw! I saw... I saw someone else there! A man! He's the real killer! Why won't anyone believe me?
Well, I'd say that pretty much wraps this case up, wouldn't you, Mr. Wright?
This court finds the defendant. This court is adjourned. January 6, 10:03 a.m. Wright & Co. Law Offices. The start of a new year always makes me feel like I can take on the whole world. I bet it does, Maya. So, I've decided that our resolution should be, Zavari, take on the world. What do you think? Sure, whatever, Maya. But I think maybe you've had more than enough mistletoe cake. Mistletoe cake? Never. You've got to eat a lot of cake during the New Year's. It's practically a tradition. I now also have to look up mistletoe cake to know if that's a thing. Okay, it doesn't seem like it's actually a thing. There's like mistletoe designs, but not actual mistletoe cake. Like watching the fireworks on TV or playing a board game. Hey, pal! Detective Gumshoe. Happy New Year, Detective. Likewise. Now listen up, Wright. Here's to another fruitful year of lawyer-police cooperation. Yeah, me too. Alright, pal, you've got some explaining to... Have you got a holiday present for me, Detective? What? Well, Here, have this. It's really nothing much, but... Yay, thanks! Look, pal, we need to have a talk. Take a seat. Hey, what about Pearly? You haven't forgotten her present, have you? No, yes, no. Are you doing this on purpose? Haha, guess I'm busted. How did you like my first practical joke of the year? Very funny, pal. Now let's see how funny you think it is when I show you this. What is it? A magazine? Hey, I want to see. Deadly poisoning brings guilty verdict. Defense attorney Wright trounced? Trounced? Let me see that. The defense attorney gave an almost childishly amateur performance yesterday. What the heck is this? It's a report, pal, about you. Listen to this. Mr. Wright must take full responsibility for the ruling in this case. Well, and don't tell me you don't remember anything about it. But I don't remember anything about it. When was that issue from anyway? December of last year, which I guess makes it last month. Which makes it old news, you mean? But I wasn't involved in a poisoning case in December. So what do you think this is all about, Nick? If it wasn't you, pal, then that leaves only one possibility. No way. You don't mean a phony Nick? This must be Gumshoe's idea of a joke. Guess he's starting off the year with one too. An article from December 5th says I was trounced and my client was found guilty. So, what are you gonna do about it, pal? What do you mean, what am I gonna do about it? Well, it's your fault that the judge found the defendant guilty in this case. My fault? How do you figure that? Because the Phoenix Wright is super famous now. Well, maybe only sort of. Yeah, see what happens when you hotshots start getting too full of yourselves? But I didn't do anything wrong. At least, not that I can remember. You better make this right, pal. Now! And that means taking the case back to court, got it? Sounds like we've got our first case of the new year. Let's tackle it with gusto. I don't know. The judge already issued a guilty verdict once in this case. It's not gonna be easy to get it overturned. I guess that New Year's resolution is gonna have to wait until next year. So, you're taking the case, right? Good. I'm gonna head over to the courthouse then. After that, I'll go back to the precinct. Drop by if you need something, okay, pal? I guess people are starting to know the name Phoenix Wright. Client entrusted a case to me based on my reputation. Guess I am kind of responsible. Why would someone want to impersonate me? What sort of guy would do that? So, what's our first move? I guess we go down to the detention center and talk. Wait a second, Nick. This person's behind bars because of you. Whoever it is isn't going to be jumping at the chance to meet you, right? Hey, let's get one thing straight. It wasn't me. It was a fake me that did this. I wonder if he looks exactly like you. You're phony. Ehop, I mean. I hope not. Ugh. What kind of name for an evil double is Ehop anyway? Eohop. Ah, Nick, I've got it! If you're gonna ask whether I've got a twin brother, the answer is no. Spoils sport. Did you notice Gumshoe was acting weirder than usual? Or was it just me? What do you mean? I mean, he was really worked up. Like a guy who's just found out he's going to be a dad or something. Yeah, I guess he was acting kinda strange. Maybe he realized he's got strong feelings for you, Nick. Considering how we interact, I seriously doubt that, Maya. Well, if he wasn't nervous because of you, then maybe it's because of our new guilty client. I can't believe you got an impersonator. I can't either. But look on the bright side. Only famous stars have people impersonating them. This isn't funny, Maya. It's not just an impersonation. This guy stole my identity. And someone may have been wrongly convicted as a result. Guess you should have gone into showbiz, huh, Nick? I will never understand how your mind works, Maya. January 6th, Detention Center Visitors Room. This is so nerve-wracking waiting to meet our new client. I wonder just what kind of person you tricked and got found guilty. Keep it down, Maya. That kind of talk could ruin me. Ah! How could you, Mr. Wright? How could you do this to me? They put me in solitary. I haven't been able to stop crying. Aren't you... Yes, I am. I am totally and utterly let down. Are you... Don't pretend you don't know me. It's me, Maggie, remember? Maggie Bird. Maggie Bird. Ah! Maggie Bird. She's the policewoman I defended that one time. She was accused of murdering her lover. He was a cop, too. What are you doing in here? Didn't I get you a quit? Oh, sure. Very funny. After that fifth-rate defense job, you come in here and start making jokes? You better hurry up and tell her what happened, Nick. Oh, I see. So that's where we stand right now. I'm sorry you've been caught up in another murder. My whole life has been nothing but a whirlwind of bad luck and failures. I vaguely remember her saying the exact same thing last time. But I don't mind. What's one more disaster in my life? At least now the real Mr. Wright is here with me. I won't let the world keep me down, sir. So, how come you're dressed like that, Maggie? Last year you looked so sharp in that police uniform. I was fired after that incident last year. Oh, I'm sorry. It's okay. I don't mind one bit. I enjoyed being on the force, but I think it was time for me to move on. So, what do you do now? In the second act of The Life of Maggie Bird, I'm playing the role of a waitress. A waitress? Yes, in a French restaurant. It's a small place, but it's quite fashionable. My charming smile and shapely figure came through for me. And the owner, Mr. Armstrong, hired me straight away, sir. And then you got into this mess straight away, right? Yeah, you could put it that way. This whole mess started on the 3rd of last month. And it happened at... Tribulations? I think the S is silent. Hang on. Wait, it's literally just French for all right?
Très bien.
Très bien.
Très bien. All right.
It happened at the restaurant, all right. Très bien. Très bien? Yes. It's a restaurant where good service and friendly smile are always included. Oh. There were 2 men at the table, both drinking coffee. And then... one of the men slipped some poison into the victim's cup. The victim took just 1 sip and was gasping for air. I was so shocked I passed out. Hey, hold on there, Maggie. What? You keep calling the guy the victim. Didn't you know the guy who was killed? Not at all. I've never seen that guy before. Oh. So she wouldn't have had a motive to kill him then, I guess. And the other man, the killer? Oh, and the other man, the killer. You saw him, right? Of course. A good waitress must be attentive to the clientele. So, you saw the killer, but you were found guilty of the crime anyway? How come? You tell me, Mr. Wright! Ah, guess the answer to my question is my phony. Anyway, she saw the killer. Better see if I can get a description of the guy. So, if you saw the murderer, why were you still convicted? Because no one else saw. Saw what? The other man. The one who put the poison in the victim's coffee. Everyone testified that way. Mr. Armstrong, the customer. Everyone. The victim was sitting alone at his table the whole time. But how's that possible? I don't know, but nobody, not one person would believe me, sir. Even Phoenix Wright, my one last hope for a fair trial, failed me. What a pathetic defense. My granny could have done a better job. Look, that wasn't me, okay? And then, they found something a bit incriminating in my apron pocket. What? A small bottle of poison. What? Poison? It was in your pocket? Well, I passed out when the victim collapsed. The killer must have slipped the poison into my pocket when I was unconscious. And no one else saw this other guy? No, sir. No, sir. I'm losing track. And no one saw this other guy? No, sir. That's what everyone said, but I don't see how they could have missed him. I was the one who took the coffee to the 2 men. Oh, and what was your impression of them? Well, when I first saw them, I thought they might be in the music industry. In music? How come? Well, one of them had some sort of earpiece and an emo musician's look about him. There was a sample CD on the table, sir. An earpiece and a sample CD, huh? Did you get a look at the CD at all? Had a band's name written on it. I think it was MC something. They must have been preparing for their debut, I guess. So it was a band CD. Maybe a promo disc? Maybe it was MC Screwdriver. Get serious, Maya. Would you buy the CD of a group named that? What was the name of that group again? MC Hacksaw? No. MC... And what about the killer? What did he look like? Well, I don't really remember. Only that he was a young man, well-built like the victim, really. Oh yeah, I need to ask you about this. Hey, this article's about my case! Can you tell me anything about the guy who was pretending to be me? Yes, sir. It was the morning after I'd been arrested. I met you in the visitor's room here. You were wearing one of your super sharp suits. Me? Yes, you, Mr. Wright. Hey, Maggie, was my evil double Ayami here too? No, I don't remember a phony you, Maya. Oh, would have been so cool. Then you got really worked up and passionate. I'm gonna get you clear to this crime, you said. Okay, I get the picture, but you've met me in person before. How come you didn't realize that guy wasn't the real me? I guess looking back now, it was a little strange. Only a little? Well, okay, so you were a bit taller than normal, and you looked a bit shady. And your voice was a bit weird. Oh, and you had this kind of funny accent, and... So this guy was nothing like me then. But he had your spiky hair and blue suit. Is that all it takes for someone to imitate me? How about everyone else in the courtroom, like the judge and the observers? Didn't they realize he was an imposter? Everyone had these big question marks on their faces, but it seemed that no one wanted to say anything, sir. The case just keeps getting weirder and weirder. Mr. Wright, do you think it's possible to get a retrial? Probably. The court ruled in the absence of a genuine defense attorney, so we should be able to get a retrial. Mr. Wright? Do you think we'll win next time, sir? My life has been a full-course meal of bad luck, complete with dessert for defeat. Defeat for dessert. Since I was 6 months old when I fell from the 9th floor of my apartment building. I've been hit by all sorts of vehicles, gotten sick from all sorts of foods, failed at almost every test I've taken, experienced almost every kind of disaster. I even landed a phony lawyer when I had the misfortune of being accused for murder. But I will survive, because Maggie Bird always lives to fight another day. And one day I'll find it. Just you wait and see, sir. I'll find that one single moment of good luck. Zine Eohop is really gonna pay for this. What are you staring at me like that for? Maya's right. Whoever it is that thought it was a good idea to use my name and get an innocent girl convicted of murder had better watch out. We'll find him, don't you worry. We'll get Zine Eohop for you. Thank you. Oh, I'll tell you where... No, I closed the tab. I'll tell you where All Right is then. Right, the restaurant where the murder took place. Yes, sir. When you go, please tell Mr. Armstrong I said hi. Sure. All right, Nick. Let's go check out this restaurant and its food. Ba-ba-ba. January 6th. Très bien. Wow. Look at this place. Look, more like smell. What is that suffocating scent of flowers in here? Then again, girls like that kind of thing, right? Actually, I'm not all that into it. No one's coming to seat us. Maybe there's no one here. Don't be silly, Maya. This is a restaurant, and it's open for business. Hello? Anyone here? I don't believe it. There really isn't anyone here. Perfect. Let's get intrusive. If there's no one here, we can take anything we want. Yeah, I suppose we can. It's a rack full of fashion magazines, and they're all in French. Why don't you try wearing something a bit more chic sometimes, huh, Maya? Yeah, I guess I could. I'm always in my occult clothes, aren't I? It'd be fun to wear normal clothes every now and then. Hmm? There's something stuffed in behind the rack. Looks like a sports paper to me. Hey, and look at this. Someone scribbled a little doodle on one of the pages. MC Bomber. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros. $100,000, maybe? I wonder what MC Bomber is supposed to be. This paper. It's from December 3rd. This paper's from the day of the poisoning. What? Dates from December 3rd, the day of the incident, found at Tribulations. Paper from the day of the murder. This has got to be a clue. I should see if I can find out some more about this paper. The restaurant's front entrance. There's a sign hanging on the door written in French. Probably says open or closed. Must be one or the other, but I don't know which, since I don't know jack has about French. Hate this game. Look at all the little trinkets tucked away in here. I bet Mr. Armstrong collected all these personally. Let's see. A boutique of flowers, some potpourri, and look, fine bone china cups. I never knew you were so cultured. Come on, Maya. This is common knowledge. Any Joe Schmo knows this much. Look, it's one of those magical boxes that spits out money. You know, you're the only person who would ever describe a cash register in that way. Bum 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 bum. This table's set nicely. It just needs a customer. What do you think this flower is, Nick? Let's see. Well, it doesn't look like a tulip, and it's not a sunflower, I don't think. Even I could have told you that. Well, those are the only kinds of flowers I know. Dagnabbit, I'm a lawyer, not a botanist. This restaurant has partitions that separate the tables. When you're seated at a table, you can only see the tables to your right or left. This must be the table where the murder occurred. I guess so, with all that police tape around it. And that stain must be from the poisoned coffee. Don't go licking the tablecloth, okay, Maya? Why would I lick it? I'm not a cat, you know. Then why can I picture you doing just that? It's a rack full of fashion magazines. There's something more chic. Found the sports magazine behind this rack earlier. I'd better try and find out everything I can about it. Oh, a sports paper! Let's see. Did Gutson Braun manage to defend his heavyweight title? Sorry, Maggie, that paper is actually a month old. It's from the day of the murder. And Gutson got knocked out yesterday, I'm afraid. Oh, no. Found this paper in the magazine rack at Tribulations. Really? That's strange. Tribulations doesn't get newspapers. Mr. Armstrong says he's not really fond of them. Then maybe one of the customers left it behind? Anyway, what I want you to take a look at is this scribble here. Aha! That's it, sir! MC Bomber. That was the name that was written on the CD. Just as I thought. I guess it was an empty screwdriver after all, huh? So that $100,000 must be a down payment for a record deal, right? If someone gave me $100,000, I'd think for sure. The Master of Karain, or the Spirit Song, or even Maya's theme. Okay, Maya. So if the sample CD was on the victim's table, that means this newspaper may have belonged to the victim. You're right! The victim left this behind on the day of the murder, huh? I think we better step up the investigation, don't you think, Nick? January 6th, Police Station, Criminal Affairs Department. Been ages since we came down to the precinct, huh, Nick? Looks like Gumshoe isn't around. He's got it so easy, leaving everyone else to do the work. No, he's out there somewhere. My bet is on the courthouse. Probably trying to arrange the retrial of this case. Guess that means we should go to the detention center and chat with our killer, huh? After being convicted without a fair trial, I'm not sure killer is the right label. Must be the chief of detectives here. He's glued to his computer screen. What? Master Matt turned up at the bank? What's he doing? Hands up, you scallywag. You're under arrest. Hey, that's our job. Looks like Ron Delight's opted for a new career. Quit surfing the net, Chief. Sorry, I was just, things feel pretty tense in here. Poster of a female police officer. Wait, no, that's the latest Babes in Uniform calendar. My bad.
Hey, that's the police mascot, isn't it? It's so cute!
That's the Blue Badger. It was my idea. I made it, and now it's the national symbol of the police force. What's with the pink one? It's new, right?
She's not an it, Nick. She's a she, right, Chief?
Yep, meet the Pink Badger.
The one's called Blue and the other's called Pink? But they're both called Badger?
You got it. They're married.
Mr. and Mrs. Badger seem to be cuffed together, Chief.
You got it. That's marriage for you. Whoa, mascot that's deeper than the deepest of deep oceans. These are the detectives' desks. There are computers and files on each one. Funny, they're a lot tidier than I expected. Guess the detectives don't spend a lot of time at their desk. That must be one of the detectives. He's mumbling something to himself. Don't die running a red light. Die the old-fashioned way. Of old age. We have a winner. Inject a bit of humor. That's the key. He must be coming up with slogans for a safety campaign, I guess. This is so lame. Okay. Ooh la la, bonjour, welcome to La Tribulations. Oh, hello? What happened to Maya? She's frozen stiff. Benvenue, welcome to my petit restaurante. Huh? B Avenue? Oh non, my petit tulip. Huh? Me? Look at this face. Like the kitten rejected by its own mother. You are fatigued, non? Alors, you need this. An aromatic bath oil. Melange of La Neroli and La Rose. My personal recommendation. You think I need what? Oui, just add a couple of drops of this mixture to la bathwater and voila. It will soothe your body and your mind. It's simply fantastic. Really? And for la monsieur. Who, me? Look at that face, like la puppy rejected by life itself. You are fatigued, non? For you, monsieur, I'd recommend this. Oil of bergamot, and maybe an hint of oui. I will add la peppermint and la clary sage for a fragrance exceptionnel. Such an invigorating recipe will bring out your delicious beauty, monsieur. My beauty? Adores, if you will be seated, I will bring you the special menu of the day. Actually, we're not here to eat. We're lawyers. Ma bien, sirreur. Sirreur, I know this already, monsieur. You are the Phoenix Wright, non? Yes. You know me? Mais, oui. I never forget the man who flirts with me, especially in court. I guess he was cross-examined by our mysterious Zin Eohop. Looks like everyone to do with this case already knows who I am already. Wonder what sort of impressions Zin Eohop's been leaving on people, don't you? Allow me to introduce myself to you again. I am Jean Armstrong, Enchante. Please, monsieur. There is no need to show me that. You are Mon Phoenix Wright, the worst defense attorney in town. I think I can imagine how he formed this completely wrong impression of me. The last time we met, did I show you this badge? Oui, you flashed it to everyone in the restaurant. Looks like Zine Eohop is a bigger fan of flashing stuff than you are, Nick. Ooh la la, you have such a pretty smile, my petite tulip. Who, me? Oh, oui, the smile is the most important thing for us girls. N'est-ce pas? Sure. If you want a job here, it is yours, precious. Mon Dieu, what a beauty. That's my sister. Oh, oui, another delight. But you have a certain je ne sais quoi I do not sense from your sister. I do? What does that mean? What? So throw your head high. Thrust out your feminine features. Do not lose heart, ma fille. You are a woman extraordinaire. Do I look like I need cheering up or something? I'm about this. Felicitations, moi. Qcest? Je no comprende. Nick, don't just make something up. Okay, hang on. Okay. There's an achievement with this guy. Alright, so let's talk. So what does très bien mean? I know très, that means 3, right? No. Très bien is Bernice. In English, you would say very good. Oh, very good? Oui, exactement. La atmosphere is très bien, and la cuisine is très bien. If the food's so good, why aren't there any customers in here? My cuisine is not for all. Some people, they do not appreciate la haute cuisine. I thought everyone liked hot cuisine. Since I have lost a Maggie, I do not have enough hands. So you're running this place on your own now? Oui, for the moment. No one has answered my advertisement. Oh, poor moi. Please don't eyeball me while you say that. I am the chef. I am the manager. I am also the trained aromatherapist. A roaming what? A practitioner de aromatherapy. The art of soothing the soul with delicate floral aromas. Delicate? Smell coming from that bottle earlier was anything but. So, could you tell me what you know about the incident? Bien. It makes me sad to remember it, yet I remember it so well. More than a month has passed since it happened. Yeah, I guess it's been about a month since Maggie's sentencing. So, it was the 3rd of last month. Just after 1 in the afternoon. A man who was in here for a coffee suddenly became ill. Because of the poison in his coffee? That is the truth as I know it. It was Maggie who took his drink to him. I was in the kitchen. I heard the sound of someone collapsing. When I came out to see what it was already slumped in his chair. He was dead? Mon Dieu! Oui, he was dead! Maggie had passed out also. And this man who died, was he alone? Oh oui, monsieur. All alone. I know that Maggie said there was someone else, but... I see. La police, they asked me many times. Are you sure there was no one else at the tables, they asked. But I am not the only one. The old man said the same thing. Old man? What old man? So who is this old man that you mentioned? At the time of the murder, there was another customer in here. What? Someone else saw it? Mas oui. As usual, it came alone that day. At the time of the murder, he was here. He saw it too. But he said the same thing? That there was no one else at the victim's table. But Maggie swears there were 2 people. Mademoiselle, the lawyer, he could not prove this non. About the lawyer. That was me, I suppose. Must be in theater. Wow, he's the first person who said it wasn't me. Don't kid yourself, Nick. Now who's the one making stuff up? I don't know what any of this means. I'm not fluent in French. It is hard to imagine, I know, but I am an apprentice for 5 years in La Gay Paris. Wow, in Paris? It was something Jeff there said to me that made me decide to open my own restaurant. What was it? That awful man said to me, you must train for another 10 years. Oh, it was such a shock, so unexpected, but you would have been a fool to do this, non? Maggie was a policewoman once. N'est-ce pas? Yes, but she had to quit for, reasons beyond her control. Oui, oui. She was the suspect in the murder investigation, non? Oh, you know about that? That is why I gave her the perfume for the happiness. Happiness perfume? Oui, blended from bergamot, like I have given to you before. But she's been arrested again, and found guilty this time. This is true. A natural aroma of unhappiness must have been very strong. Just admit it, your perfume doesn't work. I'm not surprised she was the prime suspect, after something like that took place before my very eyes. Something like what? What's this guy talking about? Does this mean Maggie did have a motive? Gotta ask this guy for more info. Stat. When Maggie took the coffee over to the victim, did anything happen? Oh, oui, I suppose you could say so. So what happened? None, it was nothing. Look, Maggie says she didn't even know the guy, but she's still been indicted for murder. The prosecution must have come up with some kind of motive. Oui, it is true. If there was anything at all between Maggie and the victim, it could be relevant. So please, tell us anything you know. No. Psyche locks. No way. What are we gonna do, Nick? We'll just have to remove... What the? What's wrong? The Magatama. It's gone. Huh? I had it in my pocket, but it's vanished into thin air. What? But I could see the Psyche locks. Maybe that means the Magatama's nearby. Mr. Armstrong, could I just confirm something with you again? The table where the victim was sitting, was anyone else sitting there? That is a question you will have to ask him yourself. Huh? Him? The old man spends all of his time dans le parc. The park? Oh, a park. What park's that? Behind the restaurant. It is called Vitamin Square. Thank you. Je vous en prie, my dear. Let's go check out this Vitamin Square right now, Nick. Okay, hang on. Choose Maggie's motive after it got Psyche locked. The first time to create a Psyche lock and immediately select it second time. Maggie wouldn't have just put poison in the coffee of some guy she didn't even know. If she's really guilty, there must have been something between her and the victim. None. It was nothing, I'm sure. Quit, Sarah. Perhaps Maggie had another reason. What's Maggie's motive got to do with the chef? Why is he hiding things from me? And another thing. Where did I drop the Magatama? The fact that I can see the lock must mean it's nearby. I only loaned it to you, you know. So you better find it, Nick, okay? Here I thought it was mine to keep. It's a rack full of Ashley magazines. Well, wouldn't exactly suit the place, would it? Why don't you try wearing something a bit more chic? Found the sports magazine. Wow, it's a beautiful winter wonderland out there.
Really? Wow, I love snow. Let me see. Huh? It's not white. It's not even snowing.
Got you. I was only kidding, Maya. Nick! There are lies that are okay to tell, and lies that definitely aren't. All I did was tell an itty-bitty white lie about non-existent white snow. January 6th, Vitamin Square. So this is Vitamin Square. Yeah, I see where they got the name for that now. The fruits scream vitamins at you.
Hey, Nick. That's the old guy, right? Isn't that the old man Mr. Armstrong was talking about?
That grouchy-looking grandpa? He's throwing seeds out for the pigeons. He's not throwing seeds for them. He's throwing seeds at them. My grumpiness threat level has just been raised to red.
I used to love sandboxes like you wouldn't believe.
Really? You?
Sure. Finding iron fillings in the sand with a magnet was my favorite thing to do.
Iron fillings? Wow, that's too exciting for words.
It was my ambition to collect every single shred of iron in the sandbox. I was such a kid back then.
So, did you manage to get all the iron?
No, I never did. I think I came close, though. Come to think of it, I still have all the iron fillings I found way back when. You want them?
No.
This place is so fruity.
It's not a bad thing. Besides, I love apples. They're among my favorites.
Then that apple slide is perfect for you.
And what is so perfect about it?
Oh, come on. Don't be a stick in the mud. Slide down it a few times. Go on. Woo!
No way. I'd get covered in sand if I slid down that slide. Anyone could see that.
Yeah, you're right. Otherwise, I'd give it a try, too.
So many birds.
Oh, there's a magazine here.
The magazine full of job listings.
You disgusting rogue, picking up something someone else threw away.
Threw away? Did you throw this away? Are you looking for a job?
That's none of your business.
I don't know a good voice for you, actually. Sorry. I guess I'll just take the magazine with me then.
I don't want anyone else having it. Give it back.
Too bad. Now that you want it so bad, I don't want to give it back. Picked up from a bench in Vitamin Square, thrown away by the old man.
That's mine.
Looking at this orange reminds me
Of what?
that you're supposed to eat a lot of them to ward off colds in the winter. You can't have fun during the holidays if you're sick in bed, you know.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Hey, look! Pigeons!
Yeah, and heaps of them, too.
Did you know that pigeons are a symbol of peace?
That's a dove, not a pigeon.
Poor thing. So they can't be symbols of peace and harmony just because they're gray? Is that it?
You're overthinking this one by a smidge, Maya.
Oh, hey, look!
There's... Hang on, there's a dove hidden, and they're all, like, looking at it weirdly. I don't know why that tickles me. That's funny. Hi. Excuse me. Would you mind if I had a word with you?
Yes.
I just want to ask you a couple questions.
What's the matter with you? Can't you see I'm busy? So you don't like my seeds, eh, pigeons?
He's really chucking those seeds in them. It's gotta hurt.
Come on, eat this.
Can I ask you about Maggie Bird?
I don't know any Maggie Bird.
Yes, you do. Maggie, the waitress at Tribulations.
Ha! Disgrace, I tell you. Not a disgrace.
A disgrace?
An innocent young girl feeling herself like that.
Revealing. You mean her uniform?
The youth of today. They don't have any shame. No shame, I tell you. Not 1 ounce. Whatever happened to the old Bushido values of Japan, like honor and modesty?
What about me? I'm not wearing anything revealing.
You? Your problem is your lack of any sense of grace.
Talk about hitting a girl where it hurts. Do you go to Tribulations a lot?
That miserable excuse for a restaurant. That garbage they show over there is not food. Where's the sushi, the tempura, the rice?
Tribulations is a French restaurant, sir.
Where do you think we are, boy? In Paris? I want real food, not those snooty snacks. And what about those shameless girls?
You mean the waitresses?
You can see all the way up to their... Yes, the waitresses. They're practically naked. It's a disgrace, isn't it? Well, isn't it?
Listen, it's not my restaurant.
It's a miserable excuse for a restaurant, that place. Miserable!
He certainly knows the place. Must be a regular. But if he hates it so much, why does he keep going? Are you a regular at that restaurant, sir? Just, if you dislike it so much, why would you keep going there? Sir?
There you are, you filthy pigeons. You want food? Take that.
He must be hiding something, right? If he is, I should be able to see a psyche lock or two. Oh, wait. I don't exactly have the Magatama right now, huh? Remember, Nick, that Magatama is only on loan. You'd better find it or else. If Pearls ever gets wind of this, I'm gonna be in a world of pain. Okay. Hmm. Uh... Mademoiselle! Yes? Are you looking for a job? What? No, I was just... Let me see. Your style is You different, but you have a good face. Different? Felicitations! You have passed. I will hire you. Bien, come with me. I will teach you everything I know. Nick? Help! I don't know whether to laugh or feel bad for Maya. Maybe I should do both. Okay, he's gone. Correct. They're all French. All the clothing are absolutely atrocious. Some of them have been circled in red. I really hope Mr. Armstrong's not thinking of buying those. There's a bunch of little trinkets on the shelf by the door. I bet Mr. Armstrong collected all these personally. Really tight behind the cash register corner. Can Mr. Armstrong even get in there? And if he could he get out again? Mr. Armstrong must be a pretty big neat freak. He already has this table ready to go. If only the food in this place was edible. Pretty cold out there on the streets. Peaceful, though. Nice that people can take it easy after the holiday rush. Must be the table where the poisoning occurred. The stains tell the story well. The whole area is still cordoned off with police tape. Guess it must still be under investigation. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. Okay, where's my damn Magatama? It's gotta be in here somewhere. I might need Gumshoe, or something that Gumshoe has. Oh, hey. Looks like they have Maggie in for questioning. Guess I've asked her pretty much everything. Come back if there's anything else I need to ask later. Yes! Well, pal, have you found the evidence yet? The one that's gonna find her innocent? No, not yet. We've only just started our investigation. Well, whatever you need to know, I'll give you the dirt on it. I'm putting off all my other cases for now, pal. Gumshoe's really fired up about this. Oh, yeah, one more thing. The retrial's been approved. Court sitting at 10 a.m. tomorrow. And Godot's gonna be the prosecutor. Oh, him. Now, listen up, pal. Maggie's found guilty again. Yes? I'll make sure you get locked up good for it, got it? Have you gone to see Maggie? Of course I have, but I wasn't much good at consoling her. I'm not very good with words. Oh, yeah, I guess I must have looked a bit down. Maggie was really supportive of me. It was great to have someone to talk to. Did he go for her or for himself? So the guilty party was Maggie Bird, huh? Yeah. Back when she was on the police force. You were her mentor when she was a rookie, right? Yeah, I kept a close eye on her. I mean, not too close, you know? Hey, what's with that funny looks, pal? I was just her. It wasn't anything like that. Look, sure, I was her boss when she was doing her training, but that was it. Nothing happened. Gumshoe Sir is sweating up a storm over nothing. Ah, so that's it. Our big old Gumshoe has a little old crush on Maggie. I don't like her or anything. I was... Note to self, gossip with Maya about this later. Look, pal, don't tell anyone, okay? You gotta keep it a secret, got it? Sure. And would you mind not guessing what I'm thinking all the time? Hey, tell your face, pal, not me. You'd have to be blind not to see what's on your mind. So, I was wondering, could you fill me in on the victim? Glenn... Elg. Oh, it's Glenn Elg backwards. Damn it. Glenn Elg. He was a computer programmer. I see. A programmer. He was just a regular Joe working for a small-time computer firm. Maggie never had any contact with the guy before that day. And all she did was take him his coffee on the day of the murder, pal. Yeah, Maggie also claimed to have never seen the guy before. Did the victim go to the restaurant often? Not according to the chief. Said it was the first time he'd seen the guy. Programmer and a first-time customer at that. It was probably Chef, and I said Chief. What possible reason could Maggie have had to kill a guy like that? That's what I thought. But a motive was still somehow established in her trial. You're kidding. What was her supposed motive? Sorry, pal, I'm really busy. I haven't even got enough time to sift through those papers. Look into it yourself, okay? What could this motive have been? This isn't really a proper investigation. I'm kind of working on it by myself. Oh, that's right. The judge already ruled on the case, and all the evidence is in already. The only problem is with Maggie's testimony. Yeah, it doesn't sound very good for us, huh? Look, pal, I've got a mountain of papers on this case to look over before tomorrow. I'm just gonna say this. Maggie Bird's no liar. She's... Okay, so she's a bit out there, and a bit off base sometimes, but she was a good cop. It's not exactly complimentary, you know? So what do you think really happened? And just how contradictory is her testimony? The biggest problem with Maggie's testimony is the number of people at the table. Yeah, my thoughts exactly. Maggie still insists there was another guy sitting with the victim. Right, but get this. Everyone else in the place says the guy was alone, even the chef. And then there's that CD. CD? Oh yeah, she did mention something about a CD. There was a sample CD on the table, sir. But our guys turned that place upside down. There was no CD. What? Not on the table, not anywhere in the whole restaurant, pal. Didn't Maggie say the victim was wearing an earpiece, too? Yeah, but that was for the portable radio in the front pocket of his hoodie. A radio? You didn't have a CD player? You got it. Your phony never explained that contradiction at all. Come to think of it, the owner of Tribulations didn't mention that CD either. I don't know why, but I get the feeling Mr. Armstrong's got something to hide. Nah, I wasn't at the trial myself, but I asked this one detective I know how your defense was. And what did he say? He started off by saying I'm at a complete loss for words. But he must have found some quick because he went on about how bad you were for an hour. But he said you sucked so much, it seemed like you were trying to get Maggie found guilty. Looked like I was trying to get Maggie found guilty. What's that? Sports newspaper? Yeah, I found it in the magazine rack at Tribulations. It stated the same day as the murder. You may be onto something there. And take a look at this. See this writing here? MC Bomber. Hey, what is it? I've heard that name somewhere before. Yeah, MC Bomber. Wow, he actually seems to be thinking for once. It's no good. Can't remember. And he goes back to being the gumshoe we all know and love. Hey, pal, I'm gonna borrow this paper for a bit, okay? I want to get a handwritten analysis done in this scribble. Handwriting, huh? Be good to know more about that in any case. Thanks, pal. Bet this will turn out to be an interesting clue. Sports paper given to Detective Gumshoe. The chef of Tribulations, huh? You know what that chef said to me? Ooh la la, your body is full of toxins. And then he gave me this bottle. What's in it? I don't know. Label says juniper. I'm under orders to put a few drops of it in my bath every day. Under orders? Yeah, you know, there's something about that lady. I mean, guy. You can't stop thinking about him? Not like that, pal! Give me a break. He's not my type. I mean, I can't stop thinking that he's involved with this case somehow. Sounds like he knows a little something more about our charming chef. So what exactly is it that caught your attention about the chef at Tribulations? It's, kinda hard to say. Guy's probably not even connected with the case anyway. Hey, come on, detective. Didn't you say you'd give me the dirt on anything? Well, this sort of stuff is kinda unimportant. Gossipy stuff, you know, pal? Look, how about this? You go to Tribulations and investigate the place yourself. And if you find out anything suspicious about the guy, you report back to me, okay? Don't suppose I got a choice here, huh? Guess I better find out more about the chef and Tribulations, then report back to Gumshoe. Bum 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 bum. January 6th. The scent of flowers sure is strong. It's almost making me dizzy. Oh, hello. Who was that just now? Customer? She had sort of a dark aura about her. Ah, welcome. B Avenue. Wow, what a cute voice. Oh, it's just you, Nick. Maya? Well, how do I look? Maybe you should quit being a spirit medium. Maybe, but it's kind of boring being a waitress. I mean, you're my first ever customer. Who's that woman I just saw? Oh! Since you're here, you might as well have something to eat. I am kind of hungry, actually. So, how do you like your new job, Maya? I never knew there was so much for a waitress to do. Take people's orders, bring them their food, make coffee, work the cash register. Of course, we need a customer before I can do any of that. Yeah, it's a nice-looking restaurant. It's a shame more people don't come. Don't forget about the ultra-cute waitress. Check out my gimme a tip smile. Hey, Nick, why don't you order something? The chef's preparing a tasty lunch set at the moment. Or so he says. How much is it? It's the twin tea set, so it's $20, of course. The twin tea set, I believe? I'll be taking a pass on that. It's kind of expensive. What? But you can't! Come on, Nick! It's not every day I get to be a waitress. I want to try carrying plates and working the cash register. How about cleaning the toilets? That should keep you busy. Yeah, right. Maybe later. About the lunch. Oh, a fine choice, sir. No, Kitchen, lunch special, please. With all the extras, drink, side salad, dessert, and gift. I don't need any of that. Just a moment, please, sir. Maya's really getting into this. How much is this set lunch then? $20, huh? But with the drinks, side salad, and dessert, it's $45? Hey, wait a sec, Maya! Sorry to keep you waiting, sir. Here you are. Our deluxe forte lunch set. Whoa. A dish inspired by lobster and abalone fricassee with a balsamic vinaigrette. Bon appetit. Thanks? Come on, Nick. Hurry up and try it already. Lobster, huh? Alright, down the hatch it goes. Well? Are you hungry, Maya? I'm starving. Here, it's yours. Really? Remember, Maya, my wallet doesn't print money, so you'd better polish off that plate. I just remembered, I've got to clean the toilets. Hey. Can't be in that much of a hurry to clean the toilets. Just be in lunch special. Costs $20 despite how unbelievably bad it tastes. How did that guy manage to make good food taste so bad? Hey, Nick, you want to take a peek at the kitchen? The kitchen, huh? Not a bad idea. Now what was it that Maggie said again? In the kitchen, you'll get to see all the chef's greatest secrets. In the kitchen? That sounds tasty. Hey, wait up, Maya! What is it? I'm pretty busy right now. Weren't you going to show me around? There goes my plan to find some cool clue and show it off in your face. I better conduct the search of the kitchen myself. January 6th, Tribulations. And here it is, the famous Tribulations kitchen. My first time in here too, actually. There's a weird atmosphere in here, that's for sure. Mr. Armstrong will be back soon, so we'd better search quickly. Chop chop. Now I know I'm in a French restaurant. I've never heard of most of these seasonings. Hey Nick, this container has oyster sauce. What's that? Isn't that used in Chinese food? Ah, look! Right there on the counter. My Magatama, what's it doing here? What indeed? My Magatama, what's it doing here? What indeed? On loan from Maya, recovered in the kitchen of Tribulations. Look at the knives. They look really sharp. I like to see how one of those sliced through a cheesecake. A cheesecake? You don't exactly need a sharp knife for one of those, Nick. Now this is one large mirror. I bet this is where he makes himself look pretty. There's a book on the dresser. Clarice Armstrong's Bedtime Literature. Not exactly Pulitzer Prize material, is it? Looks like a collection of poems he's written. Poems? Cool, read one out! And say it in your best French accent with intensity, okay? Okay, here's one. It's called Printemps. The two of them like actors from a film. The coffee's still undrunk. Sweet nothing's over too soon. On that sad Sunday morning, the foolish cocktail so delicious. Take the last sip of your tea, and I know what I will do. I must lie to you. I must. Huh? That's it? Yep. That's a poem for you. What are these lace curtains for? I don't know, but they give the place a real homey feel, don't they? Lace curtains. You know, if I was a cooking pot, I'd be perfectly happy to sit on a shelf under those. How do you respond to something like that? I don't know, that cooking pot just reminded Maya would be the person to ask if I was a worm. Would you still love me? That smells good. Something's bubbling away nicely in that pot. Must be the lobster and abalone fricassee with balsamic vinegar. I don't know most of those words. Isn't that what I just ate for lunch? Maybe. What you ate is the only French dish I know the name of. Alrighty. What's this? Looks like a treasure chest or something. Wow, look at all these little bottles. Oh, they're aromatherapy oils. He's got so many, they're overflowing onto the floor. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, and 100. They're all the same, too. Hey, wait a minute. What is it? There's one bottle that's different from all the others. Well, what do you know? And it doesn't have a label either. And doesn't smell. What's that liquid inside then, I wonder? Hey, Nick, we should borrow this. I mean, look how many bottles he's got. He won't miss one, will he? Found in the kitchen. Shape is different from the other bottles. Contents unknown. Pretty sure I have everything. January 6th, Vitamin Square. The old guy's not here anymore. Drat, I still have some unanswered questions for him. Pigeons are so busy pecking at the seeds they don't notice anything else. Seeing those birds eat with such intense focus. Reminds me of Maya when she's scarfing down a burger. Aw, the dove is gone. You don't see many parks like this anymore. What a great place for kids to play. The old man's the only one here, chucking his seeds at the pigeons. When I think back to when I was young, I wonder what I found so great about playing in a sandbox. Maybe I'll come back here in the middle of the night one of these days to relive it. On second thought, being arrested by Gumshoe would be too embarrassing to bear. A scooter, huh? Who'd leave it right in the middle of a park like this? The wheel guard and the lights are busted. I guess it must have been in an accident. It's totally wrecked.
Hey, what'd you think you was doing with my bike?
No, I was just...
Ugh. You've been messing with my new ride? Is that what you've been doing?
A new ride? What kind of an old...
Ugh, you's gonna pay for this.
It wasn't me. I was just passing the...
Hey, then who's the one that covered my saddle in crap, huh?
And who's the one that's covered my saddle in crap, huh?
You's gonna pay. You catch my drift?
No, wait a sec. I'm not a pigeon, so I couldn't have done it.
Wise guy, eh? I had to beat you so hard it feel like you were mooching the express train.
Uh-oh.
You's better watch your back. This ain't over. I'm gonna round up a group of lawyers and then you's gonna pay.
Actually, I'm a lawyer myself.
What'd you say?
I'm Phoenix Wright, attorney at law.
Phoenix Wright? You saying you, Phoenix Wright?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, you was a wise guy too, huh? 'Cause I'm Phoenix Wright, the one and only.
What?
Out of my way, I got a cruise.
The dove is back. He's gone. Surely that guy wasn't my phony, was he?
He wasn't anything like me.
Guess I better make a note of the scooter. Ridden by my phony, the wheel guard is all smashed up.
Heck.
Oh, it's you.
A few threats from a little brat like that. And you look like a pigeon that's got seed in his eyes.
Have you been here the whole time, then?
I was in that strawberry. I had some thinking to do.
More like you had some cowering to do. Are you a regular at that restaurant, sir? Just that if you dislike it so much, why would you keep going there? Sir?
Hey, all you filthy pigeons. You want food? Take that.
Damn it. I knew it. This old guy has got something to hide. But what could it be? Can I even break it yet? I don't think I can break it yet. Hang on. Gumshoe, no! Oh, thank God. Hey, you're just in time! What is it, Detective Gumshoe?
The lab got back to me about that newspaper you gave me. He must be in the sports paper with the memo scribbled on it. So, what did they say? Did the analysis turn up anything? They said the doodle was written by the victim, Glenn Elg. No doubt about it. I expected as much. The victim took the paper with him to the restaurant on the day of the murder. That's our best interpretation of the facts at the moment.
Left by the victim. Doodle is in victim's handwriting. Oh my goodness.
MC Bomber. I get the feeling I've heard of that name somewhere before. Oh well, I guess it'll come back to me. Don't forget to report back to me with whatever you find in the restaurant, okay, pal?
Since when did I start taking orders from Gumshoe? Although, I get the feeling there's something I need to show him.
According to the boys down at the lab, the doodles were probably made by the victim.
Probably?
Analyzing this kind of writing is difficult since it's done with a fiber-tipped pen. But don't worry, I'll vouch for it.
Why would Gumshoe have to vouch for it? Can't it stand on its own?
Yeah, I got one of those aroma bottles too, huh?
Only this one doesn't smell.
Huh? I don't get you.
This was mixed in with all the other aromatherapy bottles, but it's not the same. It doesn't even look the same. Wouldn't you agree?
My cologne bottle that doesn't smell, huh? It smells like a skunk to me, pal. Mind letting me borrow that bottle for a while? I want to send it to the lab for analysis.
The victim was poisoned, so the contents of this bottle are pretty important. Small bottle given to Detective Gumshoe.
I had a hunch there was something funny about that chef.
You suspect Jean Armstrong?
I've got that guy's number. I know what his secret is.
That must be the same secret Gumshoe was talking about before.
I guess I better fill you in on the details. About this Armstrong guy's secret, I mean.
So what's Mr. Armstrong's secret?
You ever had the lunch at Tribulations, pal?
Yes.
So, how was it?
To put it nicely, it was inedible.
Hey, don't worry about being nice around me, pal. You and I both know the reason that place is so empty is because of the food. I mean, the place is clean, and he's got a girl like Maggie as a waitress, so...
Yeah, I guess it's probably the food.
Real scoop on the guy, he's up to his ears in debt.
Really? How much does he owe?
This is a copy of his loan contract. He's about $500,000 in the red.
$500,000? Are we talking dollars?
Yeah. Hey, if it was sterling, he'd really be in trouble.
Sorry, that figure just took me by surprise.
Hey, this case is full of surprises. And I'd be willing to bet that chef's got something to do with most of them. That's my hunch.
Jean's debt is $500,000. The owner of the loan is tender lender.
It's for $500,000, pal. That's, $500,000 bills.
What was the in there for? Is there really that much money tied up in this case?
I can't give you an answer on that, pal. Not without the case file in front of me. But I'll tell you this. That Armstrong guy would have done anything for cash. He was desperate, you know.
No, I don't. But I think I sort of get the picture.
Let's try it.
Tribune regular. It's time you told me the truth. Why were you a regular at the restaurant that you disliked so much?
Isn't it obvious? People only have one reason to go to a restaurant. To eat.
To eat? Is that the whole truth?
What do you mean?
I don't think you go to that restaurant for the food at all.
You insolent brat! How dare you accuse me? What proof you got?
I I can tell that not you nor anyone else in the world would go to that place for food. The proof is in the pudding. Or in this case, the lunch menu.
That's the twin tea set.
The food at Tribulations is terrible. And expensive.
You're wrong. It's cheap.
Huh?
I'm rich. I inherited money when I was a boy. Yes, I'm stinking rich. I haven't done a jot of work since I was born other than feeding the pigeons.
What a load of crock.
The taste's another story, but the price, it's nothing to me.
So you're saying that you go there because you've got money to burn?
Exactly. I have so much cash, I go for a swim in my money vault every day.
Unfortunately, that's a lie.
What?
You don't have money to burn. You're flat broke. This is yours, right?
My magazine!
Why would a rich retiree be looking for a job?
I was. So what? So I was looking for a job. I'm buying a lot at the moment. I need spending money.
Oh?
I don't go to that restaurant for food. I just go for the cappuccino.
Yeah, I think you mean a cappuccino. Anyway, how much does the cappuccino cost there?
$8.
Those had better be some golden beans.
What's your problem?
You think a poor man would be better off drinking dishwater, do you? Is that it? No, I wasn't thinking that. I was wondering if the coffee there really is that great.
No, it's not. But anyway, yes, that place has free newspapers to read every day.
Newspapers?
Exactly. They don't want me hanging around at home, so I go there.
I'm sorry, sir. But there are no free newspapers to read at Tribulations. Take a look at this.
What is it?
The newspaper I found behind the magazine rack at Tribulations.
So, what of it?
This was the only paper there, and it's dated more than 1 month ago.
What?
Do you see what I'm getting at here? That restaurant doesn't get newspapers. This is just one that a customer happened to leave behind. Tell me, why are you so determined to hide the truth?
I'm not hiding anything.
I'm going to have to put this guy out of his misery. Listen, the real reason why you go so much to Tribulations is...
What are you asking me about that girl for?
She was the waitress at Tribulations.
Ah!
Therefore, the answer to the mystery of why an old man would want expensive coffee at a terrible restaurant is the waitress.
Ah! But I don't recognize that face.
You're probably telling the truth here, because you weren't looking at the girl's face, but at her outfit. That's the truth, isn't it? You became a regular at the restaurant because of the waitress's uniform. That uniform is all you can think about, isn't it?
I can't take it.
To you, that waitress was your...
Enough, please. No more. Stop saying that word. Stop saying waitress. Stop it, stop it, stop it.
Sir?
Yes, it's true. I was there for the young girl. Fine, so I'm a dirty, wicked, sinful old devil.
No, I didn't mean it like that.
I even got one of those lousy cups of Javachino every time for $8. All because of the serving girl. Punish me, lock me up.
Really, that's not what I'm here for.
You'll be the same. Another 20 years and you'll understand what it's like. You'll know how painful it is for an old man like me.
No, really. Listen, sir.
Stop calling me that. I have a name, you know, boy, so show some respect, I'm Victor Kudo.
Sorry, Mr. Kudo.
You young ones think you know it all, don't you? Well, I'm not saying another word. I won't tell you anything more.
The guy was in the restaurant at the time of the incident, which means I have to hear his testimony one way or another. I don't believe this. I even broke his psyche locks and everything. Guess I'll have to try to get him when he's in a better mood.
Oh, it's that old man. Is he still feeding the pigeons?
Yeah, he fed me as well. Got a bunch of those seeds in my eyes.
Oh, ouch.
Hey, Maya, would you mind coming with me for a while?
Huh? Me? Why?
There's something I really want to ask that old man.
Sure, okay. I'll just get changed.
No, hang on. Can you go like that?
I guess.
Sir?
You again. Well. I see.
Nick, his eyes are burning into me.
Okay, I think it's going pretty well.
You're still just a little child. Run along and play on the slide, all right?
But play on the slide? Ah, we were so close. Just a little more and he would have spilled.
Pigeon.
How can we crack this guy?
Excuse me, please, sir.
Quiet! Can't you see I'm feeding the pigeon?
Mia!
Well,
If you don't mind, sir, I'd really love to talk with you.
yes. Yeah, of course, certainly. I'm Victor. Victor Kudo.
Even from beyond the grave? Wow.
About the incident.
You mean the man who died after drinking the Javachino?
Like he's a different person.
It was quite a shock even for me. He was a strange-looking boy. And the girl took the Javachino right over to him, you see.
And was the customer alone?
Definitely. He was the only person at the table. Then he took one sip of his Javachino and he said something like, "Ah," and then collapsed. Dead.
Oh, how terrifying.
You're so good at listening, aren't you? I'll tell you anything, whatever you want to know.
Certainly seems to be telling the truth now. But it looks like Mr. Kudo didn't see the other man either.
Do you like the food at Tribien?
Well, of course. I'm really quite a sophisticated man. I was a young businessman once, you know. I set up a casino in London.
Really? How interesting.
Eating the food at that restaurant really takes me back to my days in France.
What a lovely story.
London's in England, not France.
Oh, yes. France is wonderful. I'd love to show you around the city sometime. It's too much. I can't take it. I want France.
Ha ha ha.
Can't believe Mia's laughing at the guy.
You visit Tribien a lot, don't you?
Of course. I mean, yes. I'd like to come and see you there.
Really? Oh, you flatter me so. The owner would be delighted to welcome you, I'm sure.
Be careful of that chef, my dear.
Chef? You mean Mr. Armstrong?
That's right. Man's an ex-con.
He's an ex-con?
Whatever did Mr. Armstrong do?
Oh, no. Those eyes. I can't take these.
Mia's really got this guy eating out of her hand.
He steals things from his customers.
From his customers?
Gloves, handkerchiefs, little things mainly. He's a pilferer, so you be careful around him, my dear.
Are you sure about this?
Of course. He was arrested for it once. I was there when it happened, having my Javachino.
He really is a regular.
Let me write you a little haiku about it.
A haiku?
Japanese poem. It'll explain all you need to know about that chef.
Convicted before, a wicked man or woman, repeat offender, Victor Kudo.
If he takes anything again, you let me know. If it's not too expensive, I'll buy you a replacement.
Poor guy. He couldn't do enough for Mia.
Okay, Phoenix. That's about as much as I can do to help.
Thanks, Mia. We got some really important information thanks to you.
Honestly, I can't believe my aunt called me for something like this.
January 6th, Tribien.
I guess it's about time to wrap up today's investigation.
Had enough of being a waitress?
Yeah, plus no one came to the restaurant.
Ooh la la, Mademoiselle Maya, non! How can you leave me like this? I'm sorry. That reminds me. Mr. Armstrong had a Psyche Locker 3, didn't he? I'm gonna have to break those. Mr. Armstrong, I hope you won't mind, but I'd like to have another word with you. Volunteers, of course. About this. Felicitations, Muzz. Quisicuist? Gino comprehende? Don't just make something up. Pardon. Without my reading glasses, I cannot see this. I do not read English well. He's not even looking at it. We better find a way to make him look, then. Bum. We found this newspaper rack. One of my customers must have left it behind. Do you have any idea which customer it was? It's the only idea I have, mademoiselle. I saved from my kitchen. Okay, so hang on. When trying to break Armstrong's Psyche Lock, you need to choose a wrong item or person on every occasion before showing the right object. Wow! Maggie's motive. What is happening? I do not like this horrible feeling. I have to know the truth. What happened that day? Allures, I will confess everything, just don't hurt me. Huh? Well, that was a new world record. It was a lottery ticket. A lottery ticket? The man who died here had a lottery ticket. For $500,000. $500,000? Oui, but after the incident, this ticket... it disappeared. Ticket disappeared? This was the motives that the prosecution gave for Maggie. As they said that she poisoned the man to get the $500,000 lottery ticket. Why didn't you tell me about this sooner? Moise allures. You've been trying to hide this information about the lottery ticket from me, and I want to know the reason why. Non, monsieur, you doubt me, but I have confessed to you everything I know. Mr. Armstrong, $500,000 lottery ticket. I think I know who took it. I think the winning ticket was stolen by this person. Maya, the pilferer. Well, how about it? Kaba? Excuse me? It means, how are you? Oh, I'm fine, thanks. Bien, I'm happy to hear it. Doesn't sound like I'm doing so fine with the Psyche Locks, though. Poor Maggie, she was tempted by la evil nun. No, if it was really Maggie, then you'd have no reason to hide the facts from me. Mr. Armstrong, $500,000, I think I know who took it. Mr. Armstrong, I believe there is a very high probability that it was you. Ah. Wow, that is one piercing scream, even for a man like him. Mas Parquil Moy? Ah, fuck me. Why, you have no evidence. I am not Master Mask. I am not the kind of person who steals the property of others. Sorry to disappoint you, Mr. Armstrong, but I have evidence to the contrary. I present to you proof that you have stolen from others in the past. This. Oui, perhaps the duck would be nice. A train, maybe. Sorry? I was just thinking about my lunch menu. Train de canard. What do you think? That sounds lovely. Alors, au revoir, monsieur. I must go to buy the ingredients. I guess my evidence is a bit of a lame duck. Ah, I get it. I am not the Master Mask. Proof that you've stolen in the past. What is this? A poem? Oh, monsieur, you know me so well. I adore poems. Please read it and put some feeling into it. Unconvicted before a wicked man or woman, repeat offender. Sorry to have to bring it up, Mr. Armstrong, but you have been arrested for stealing from your customers before, haven't you? Mon Dieu! Le mensonge! You are the liar! You deny it? Do not make la false accusations. Still was plate. So do you have proof? I want to see la incontestable proof that I have ever stolen from one of my customers.
Look at this attorney's badge. You took this.
Mimbecile, you are a mimbecile.
What are you singing?
Just one of my favorite chansons. It is called Imbecile. It is in French. Come, monsieur, sing together with me. Imbecile, imbecile, you are an imbecile.
Armstrong's definitely stolen from his customers before. Just need to find the right evidence to prove. So do you have any proof? Seems old habits die hard, Mr. Armstrong.
What is that?
This is my Magatama. And I found it in your kitchen.
None!
Wow, that scream just about broke some windows.
Oui. I have a weakness for the little trinkets and the figurines. And it just slips out. I cannot stop it.
You've stolen handkerchiefs, gloves, and other things from your customers, right?
Oui, it is the truth. I am just a timid little girl inside, monsieur. A timid little girl. Beside this time, it was not a small trinket, oui. It was $500,000. Mas non, why would I steal it? I have no need for such money.
Really now?
Oh, monsieur, what is it?
Isn't it true that you're in some pretty serious trouble? And that you are in desperate need of a large amount of cash? After all, your food sucks. Well, Mr. Armstrong?
Mas, monsieur, it is not I who is in trouble. It is you, non?
Huh?
Un petit question.
What?
It means a little question. Together now with me. Un petit question.
Un... put in cushion.
Bravo, monsieur. Oh, you are a dream. Excellent.
We're definitely not on the same page here, let alone book.
Is that all? Besides, the time. It is not a small trinket, oui. It was $500,000. I have no reason to steal it.
Yes, you do. This restaurant is deep in the red, isn't it?
Oh.
You have a loan to the tune of $500,000. That lottery ticket would have wiped out your debt. Well, Mr. Armstrong, what do you have to say for yourself now? Okay. Mr. Armstrong, you said that the victim had a winning lottery ticket for $500,000. How did you know he had something like that in the first place?
The man. He was listening to the radio with his earpiece.
Maggie said something about that too.
The winning number was announced on the news, I think. All of a sudden he exploded. Yes, $500,000, he shouted.
And the ticket?
Oui. He had all of his tickets spread out on the table. I was so desperately in need of money, so I...
Put the poison in his coffee?
None! Oh, none, you naughty man! I simply helped myself to one of his tickets.
What?
The victim collapsed and Maggie passed out. I thought to myself, Pon cure pass. He had so many of them.
Yes, but only one of them was the winning ticket, right?
How could you do that, Mr. Armstrong?
Maggie was arrested because of you.
None. This is not true. I did not take it. The ticket for $500,000, I mean.
But you just told us you did. You said you took a ticket.
My non, ma fille. It was not.
That's enough, huh? That's enough. Mr. Godot. What in the heck are you doing here? This is without a doubt the worst coffee I've ever tasted, Mr. Armstrong. You came in here for coffee? Does this craving for coffee know no bounds? Perhaps Mr. Armstrong stole one of the victim's tickets on the day in question.
I'm the airhead, non. Just a pretty little girl who everyone is laughing at.
But in that case, Maggie shouldn't be the only one under suspicion.
He had the wrong ticket. What? Mr. Armstrong made off with the winning ticket's pretty neighbor.
So, the ticket he took was worthless?
Not quite. He did win something. $1.
You see, I am just a pretty face. Without my looks, I am nothing.
So, what happened to the winning ticket then? The one he meant to steal? Indeed. What did happen to it? I don't like spoiling myself by watching trailers, so we'll just wait and see how the movie turns out tomorrow, won't we?
Yeah. Voila, you two. Time to laugh at the pretty little airhead.
Looks like we won't be needing this note anymore. Victor's note thrown into the trash. Looks like we've got a new mystery now. Namely, where did the winning ticket go?
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Well, anyway. We can't let Maggie suffer any longer for this, and certainly not again. Alrighty. Woo-wee! So there we go. I don't really like many of the characters in this case. I really do like the villain of this case, which it's kind of obvious who did it. But anyway, I do like the villain. I think he's pretty fun, especially when he starts getting more screen time during the second half of this case. But yeah, I'm not really that big a fan of the people involved in question, aside from, you know, the regulars, Maya and Godot. But, you know, that's to be expected. But yeah, not a lot going on so far. Like, I think it's an interesting setup to have to do a retrial because someone pretended to be Phoenix Wright. And I'm pretty sure during this first trial, we will see a lot of jokes made at the fact that just he looks nothing like him, except he also has spiky hair. So everyone just went along with it. Like, his skin is red. I don't know if he got, like, sunburned, or it's supposed to be like a tan, or if he painted himself that way. I don't know how your skin gets red like that. Maybe it's to show just how angry he is all the time. That might be it. But yeah. Yeah, that's it for now. Not much to go off of. But yeah. It's once again going to be at the very least a good trial. It's or a good case. It's definitely going to be the weakest case of this game, which that's not really saying much, to be honest, because it's still a good case. Anyway, that's going to be it for now. Thank you all for watching, especially if you got this far, and stick around because there's a lot more to come.